Hello, Bellends. This is, well, me using the Pro Controller for a start. Uh, the Nintendo Switch Pro Controller, the PS1 game. What is that all about? Well, my PS4 controller isn't charged at the moment, and this has some urgency to come out, so we are going to go into this level. Now, you might be wondering, why are we going into this level? Well, there is a grand final happening. Well, sorry, semi-final happening very soon. And, well, it determines who gets through to the grand final of Looney Rush. And this tutorial is for Group Galway, which has Emily, Ryan, and Donata in it. So the goal of it is to basically beat Sam's tempo, right? Sorry, I fucked it. The buttons aren't the same. Sorry, that's why it took a wee bit of time there. And trust me, guys, I don't know if I'm just fucking awful at mapping controls, but you do not want to use the fucking analog stick on the Switch controller for this emulator anyway, because oh boy, does it have fucking problems. Stick with the DualShock. You know. But yes, so anyway. So essentially, like, this is technically an any percent, but without early skip. You know what I mean? And also, you're not going to finish the game either, obviously. That would take too long. You're just going to get up to Sam's tempo and, well, beat Sam's tempo. You don't even need to 100% that one either. That's hence the any percent. You might want to get that if you're new to this game, like Emily is. Lol. Okay, here we go. Right. This is a really easy section. This part's a wee bit trickier. All you do though is just go forward, and you don't even need to get the 25s. And see, I'll get this one so I don't feel so worthless. And remember, okay, how do you unlock? How do you do it? Okay, so, right, because I'm use triangle, square. Yeah, so if you press X and square at the same time, you essentially get the damn token, motherfucker. You glide. Shut up. Fucking stupid rabbit. Now, the reason why I keep screwing up the button mapping here is, as I've already explained, it's the Switch Pro Controller. I've been playing a lot of SNES games lately, and I'm playing this like an SNES game, so it's really fucking with my muscle memory here. Now, the next course of action is over here, right? Here. Well, actually, no, you have two options, actually. You can either go here to Baboon Realm, which is in this little side area here, or you could opt to go here to this other area, and I'll show you why you want to go to this area. I might as well just get this one out the road first, to be honest. Okay, so, well, luckily L1 actually, it always does on this controller. Okay. How do I switch? There's no button for switching this, is there? Be one moment, guys. Okay, so I've cleared up my aneurysm and I'm back. So, here we go. And now, what we're going to do here is, if you want, you can turn the camera. Oh, that glorious camera with the Switch Pro Controller. Oh, God. Now, here's a little tip, right? Now, the right analog stick controls Taz, right? Now, this caused Skater issues, but it won't cause you guys issues, I promise, if your controller fucking works. You see, when Bugs basically builds this pillar, he's only building one pillar. You actually need to build 3 in the normal game. But, with some, rudimentary but overall clever bit of planning here, you can essentially put Taz on top of this thing and get the token this way. But you have to press L1 so your character on the other, who's in the hole, obviously Bugs, warps up there to weigh down that switch. And there we go. Now you got your second token of this shit show. This will probably take about 25 minutes for me, because I know this game pretty well. Ultimately, the semi-final has a 30-minute to 1 hour time limit. This is the standard of all tournaments, really. That's why I did it. We didn't want to be, we wanted it to be familiar. This tournament is born from, a heritage of tournaments, if you like. And I didn't want to break that completely. Now, if this does go under 30 minutes, I'm not going to care, particularly. These are more guidelines, So, but anyway, so there's Baboon Realm. Now, your first course of action, if you want a smooth time in this, is to get this fucking Baboon Realm's arse. This guy is not, thankfully, the bad guy. Well, he's a bad guy, but he's not the bad guy. Whose name I forget, right? The fierce, gruesome Gorilla, I think his name is. In this, yeah, the boss of this area, I believe, is called Gruesome Gorilla. Get over the leaf, you motherfucker! Get in there! Look at your eyes, you beat motherfucker! Get in there! What are you doing? What are you? Yeah, get that schmuck. As I was saying, you spin this thing here. Then you press triangle, which on my controller's X, and then you press Y. Why do you press Y? Because it's technically square. Now, you don't fuck up like me. You go back to the character, pressing R1, square. There you go. Gruesome Gorilla's got one eye now. Anywho, I would recommend leaving Taz there, right? Because you don't want a Skater gaff, where, I love you, Skater, but there was a gaff, and it was a great one, where if Taz even so much as flinches at that exit at the back of where he is, right, this one, then you are going straight out of the level, and I don't need to demonstrate, but anyway, we'll be bringing him back in a minute with the L1 button, which is the warp. Here we go. Now, nothing particularly significant here to do it right now. You just walk over here. Oh, Jesus! Okay. So my D-pad's a bit slanty. So it's not as reliable as a DualShock, but it's fine. It's serviceable. His control's fine, actually, to be honest. It's also partly the game. This game and Lost in Time do not have the greatest controls. I'm just going to say that right now. These games are special. They're special relics of a time bygone, They have really cool levels. They have really cool aesthetics. And the abilities are all spot on to the cartoons. Unfortunately, the controls have not aged as well as something like, say, Spyro, and in Lost in Time's case, Gex, not this game's case, Lost in Time's. I'd say this game's on par with Gex too, honestly. Maybe slightly better, ultimately, but yeah. So we're going to go over here, right? So we did the same thing as before, rinse, repeat sort of thing. Now you don't need to do this, but this is actually quite a convenient thing. Just go over here, and yeah, go down. Actually, it might have been easier to just do it this way. Yeah, just do it from here. Yeah, so walk back to Taz, and come over here. Ignore this cunt. Alright? And you go... You have one more of those things to spin, and then nut in, basically. And yes, Ryan, I did do that deliberately. So anyway, right. Oh, for fuck's sake, Taz. You motherfucking carnivore. Okay, so my character just died. Fucking, just delightful. Luckily, he's, in an area I can't go back to right now. And that's just wonderful. Wait a wee minute, Bugs, while I try and, fucking get up there. Up there! With your silly little doggy paddle. Okay. Now, if you're a better speedrunner than me, you know, and you don't use a pro controller, you will be in luck, because you will still be in that area right now doing what I'm about to show. And Donata will appreciate that. I don't know why he'll appreciate that, but he will. You bring Taz over, obviously, but you want to do that normally when you get to this area, obviously. And the first thing you want to do is kick that fucking cunt's ass out. Yes, he will just go. The chimp will just go. Alright? You know, no worries about that, my friends. Now, yeah. This is where it gets slightly harder, because you need to go for, like, all three of them this time. Not that I'm saying it's, like, the epitome of difficulty. You know, but you have a timer, basically. And you can mess this up once or twice. If you suck like I do. Ugh. Do that. Come on, Taz. I think we're just going to clutch this. Oh my god, it almost called time there. Yeah, now open your big mouth. And that is essentially the tutorial of how to get these tokens, because the next part is, well, you know, it takes a bit of time to maybe get the strategy down. Like, as a kid, I didn't get this right away, and I'm sure Danta will agree with me, who is the most experienced in this game, in this group, but ultimately, he's quite happy with this refresher course, and I'm happy to deliver it in my Lucas way. Now, anyway, right, so you see that? The block went into the switch, obviously, so the moment you get him to throw it in the switch, fucking continue to run, because you will never get hit by his coconuts that fall when you do that. Preferably stick close to another switch. And don't bother with Taz. You know, or whatever character you're playing as right now. You might even like Taz more than Bugs. I just prefer mobile over bitch, right? Black brick bitch, to be exact. And technically I'm at, you know, he's technically, this gruesome gorilla's a bitch too. Are you gonna move? Cheers. Okay, so this is meant to be his big, massive attack here, but it's nothing really. And we're about to get the token. We don't even need to beat this guy. You see that? Perfect. And it goes right past his arse. And the temple is open, but we aren't done yet. You know, here's two options, right? You can do it the slow way, where you actually do that, you dig the hole and you dive into it, like this. Or, simply do this and quit to the central area, and you will keep everything. It's very much like Spyro that way. They're essentially the same game. That's it. You're out completely. No need for it really, because you end up having to run back. And we're going to Sam's Temple now. A rather difficult level, I have to say. So I'm glad my friends here have requested I do this, because it's tricky, but not impossible, and it's not Ninja Gaiden hard either. That's the main thing, or even Gex hard. So here's terrible emulator, fucking causing flickering on the screen there. OpenGL 1.74. This ain't good. All right. So in this room, very simple. You just want to get this guy to tucker out, you know, and hit him 3 times, and then the pillar in the middle just comes down, and yeah, you get whatever's on it, the goodies, and then you get to go progress as well, of course. Fuck you. Yep, the goodies on top, 25. Now, the gimmick of this level, and why it can be a bit tricky, is specifically for 100%, if you do not keep Taz next to you, you can't warp him. Now, I don't know why this wasn't kept till later in the game. I have no fucking idea why this was not kept to the end of the game. It feels like it was mismatched, because, you know, it's a little bit. It's actually harder than the next few domains. Barring blood counts one, I guess. Now, here's something funny. You know, you don't need to do this. This is what you need to do in the area. However, you can kill your partner with it. There you go. Fuck you, cunt. I wouldn't recommend doing that though, because you waste your time. But yeah, it's something you can do. You can also do this with Taz. He eats everything he picks up. That's why you do not want to use him to grab shit, because it's pointless. Now, again, right analog stick if you can. You know, not everyone's got that mapped. But if I can map it on the Pro Controller, you can certainly map it on the DualShock. You know, it's all good. No. That room is not important, right? The game's going to give you a hint here that will tell you that there's a scratch in the floor must mean something. And that's what it means, basically. All you do is just push Taz once, and you're pretty much set to go. The gimmick of this area is literally, you just go up here, right, with Taz, and then the section to the right of when you come in the door is Bugs' area. Now, Taz's area is remarkably rudimentary. There is nothing to it. You lift a box, you know, you can even take damage. It means nothing, really. And that's it. You press the switch. His area really represents how worthless he was in this game. Now, as you see, I switched to Bugs here, but you do need Taz to get up to this area. Now, again, I'm hoping to God that I've did this right, because, you know, you can actually get up here. Oh wait, never mind. You don't need Taz for that. Fuck. Oh, thank God, because I might not have had the ability. Okay, so the gimmick here is it's with Bugs specifically, it's you want to turn the camera around using L2 just to make sure you're aware of your surroundings, and basically you triangle, square, X. You press square, the tiptoe. Now don't do what I did there. I jumped, right? And that alerts him, of course, because it has a sound. You might not have even noticed I jumped there, but I did. Also, the guy comes back really goddamn quickly when he goes. So it's actually more ideal to do it when he's going forward, and then you stick behind the shadow again. You wait for this guy to essentially drag his fucking bell, I guess. That is actually what it is now that I think about it. I didn't even realise that until... I've been playing this game for 21 years and I didn't even know that was a fucking bell. What? I mean, it's not ringing. Okay, so R2, L2. Now, I'm probably going to get fucking caught here. I'll be surprised if I don't get fucking caught here. Yeah, I got fucking caught there. Did you see that? Fucking stupid bastard. This is the hardest section of the whole goal. Right here. Now, that's not to say it's Dark Souls hard. It's not even fucking Reignited Trilogy hard. You know, with Gulp. It's just slightly trickier than the rest of the sections. But, you know, this kind of thing works for the grand final and or the semi-finals. You know, and yeah, okay. Got past them. Cool. Now, I'm gonna take this really fucking slowly. There we go. Clipping through the wall, clipping through the wall. What I actually recommend you do here is wait for him to go forward. Wait a minute. Where is he? Oh, yeah. Quickly go like this. And then there you go. Now, you can get caught right after this, right? No problem, as long as you get the switch. Getting caught by the guys actually faster than going back for the area using the bridge. The bridge is, if you want to use it, is activated using that switch, I'm pretty sure. Oh boy! Yeah! Good emulator! Good emulator! Yeah, you can just go through it here if you really want to take it safe. Actually, I wasn't too slow, to be honest. Now we swim to the boss. And at this point, obviously Taz will just randomly warp! Again, please forgive me. Daffy's nose looks like shit. I'm using a slightly worse GLU video input because I was having problems with the good output, which was 2.9. Just skip the cutscene. Don't need to listen to that pish. Okay, so first things first. Push the blocks into the areas where the rope is. Every time you do that, for as long as there's blocks that need that done, Sam is gonna fucking act like he's close as to where he is, even though he was literally in this room a few minutes ago. Maybe even a minute ago, actually. The blocks will come into play for when we switch to bugs. The game does a great job of tag team co-op play. It is one of the greatest, arguably one of the greatest adventure mode multiplayer games of all time. Unfortunately, a lot of people aren't going to be playing this game on multiplayer, so they probably won't get the best experience out of it. And of course, in this tournament, it's a singles tournament, you know what I mean? It's not tag team. This fucking game would be great for a tag team tournament. Just saying, I'm throwing that idea out there. Just throwing it out there. Kick him. The reason how I got to kick him there was because he tired out. He tired out surprisingly quickly. Okay. Now we do it again. We try to make sure it doesn't go next to Taz. Okay. Known Infogrames is a track record here. Artificial Intelligence or whatever, you know, the company was called that, you know, also developed this. You're gonna have a hard time trying to get this fucker to actually play a ball with you. Because they're very random with how, you know, with how and when they tire out. It's just part of the game. You just have to accept it, you know. Lost in Time had it worse with some of the big, you know, chunky guys. I mean, look at that. It took no time at all. It took 2 seconds. Fuck you, Sam. And that's the goal done. Great, you won. Get your gem. Congratulations to the person that wins this race. I wish you all the luck in the grand final, and goodbye.